Parkour games are usually built around characters that can jump and survive. We built ours around a light bulb. It rolls when you need it to stop. It bounces when you need a clean landing. One bad fall can damage it. The next one can end the run. This idea became Light Up. It is a mobile parkour game where your goal is to survive each level and reach the socket at the end. The concept sounds simple. Getting there in one piece is the difficult part. The project began with a simple question. What would happen if a physical parkour game used a character that was never designed for parkour? A light bulb gave us the answer. Its shape creates momentum. Its glass body creates risk. Even a normal landing can become a problem. The movement system became one of the most difficult parts to develop. A completely physical bulb felt random and frustrating. A perfectly controlled character no longer felt like a bulb. Our team needed a balance between direct control and natural momentum. The player must understand every movement without losing the physical character of the object. The controls were designed specifically for mobile devices. The joystick controls movement and the jump button begins the action. The player can also guide the bulb through the air and prepare its position before landing. Speed rotation and the angle of the surface then determine what happens next. The system is easy to understand but difficult to master. New players can move and jump almost immediately. Experienced players begin to feel the weight of the bulb and predict each bounce. A successful landing should never feel automatic. It should feel earned. The bulb has three main states. It begins fully intact. A serious impact moves it into a damaged state, but the attempt continues. Another major mistake can destroy the bulb and restart the level. We tested more damaged stages, but 3 produced the clearest result. The player receives 1 warning and 1 final chance to recover. More stages added complexity without making the game more exciting. 1 visible warning creates enough pressure. The player knows that the next bad impact may end the entire attempt. That makes every remaining jump more important. Light Up is divided into visually different locations. Each world contains its own set of handcrafted levels and introduces a different style of movement. Some areas focus on speed and long jumps. Others use narrow platforms, dangerous heights, and limited space. The environment changes, but the goal always remains the same. Players will encounter spikes, moving objects, unstable surfaces, deep gaps, and dangerous falls. Every obstacle is designed around the movement of the bulb. The challenge should come from timing and control rather than an unpredictable trap. Each location is divided into multiple levels. The early sections introduce the main idea of the world. Later levels combine that idea with more difficult jumps and less room for error. The difficulty grows as the player gains better control of the bulb. The playable bulbs are more than cosmetic designs. The game includes familiar incandescent bulbs and several less common shapes. Different models can have different physical characteristics. These include mass rotation control, damping power, and bounce strength. A heavier bulb may feel more stable during landing but react more slowly in the air. A lighter bulb may change direction faster but become harder to control after an impact. These differences create new ways to approach the same level without making one bulb the only correct choice. New bulbs can be unlocked as the player progresses. Some will be available through gameplay and others through the in-game store. Every design should offer a clear visual identity and a different feeling in motion. Building Light Up requires every part of the team to work around the same movement system. Our level designers shape each route around the physics of the bulb. The art team creates locations that feel different while keeping every obstacle readable. Our programmers continue to improve movement damage controls and mobile performance. Every system must support the same goal. The bulb should feel unusual without feeling random. The levels should be difficult without becoming unfair. Every failure should teach the player something useful before the next attempt begins. The most important part of Light Up begins after a failed attempt. The restart is fast and the player already understands what went wrong. The next jump can be slightly better. The landing can be cleaner. An obstacle that seemed impossible can suddenly become manageable. One more attempt may finally be enough. Multiplayer is now one of the main systems in development. Physical parkour becomes far less predictable when several bulbs share the same level. Players will be able to compare their movement and race through obstacles while watching every mistake happen in real time. We are still testing the final structure, so the exact modes will be revealed later. The core movement damage and level systems are already working. A large part of the planned environments and playable bulbs has also been created. Our current focus is multiplayer interface design, level polishing, optimization, and the final visual presentation. The initial release of Light Up is being developed for iOS and Android. The game is designed around mobile controls from the beginning. A PC version is not currently part of the release plan. Everything in Light Up leads to one simple moment, reaching the end without breaking. This is only the beginning of Light Up. Our team is still building new levels, new bulbs, and new ways to break them. Which location should we show in the next video?